Well, guys, it's a little dark, but I was actually in bed. And then I started thinking about the message that I received from a person who calls himself an influence operator. And he used another word as well, not words or terms that I hear here in the United States. So I knew that the persons were operating from a different area. So I wanted to make sure of that. And to the best of my ability, from what I've found out, they are in fact over in Europe. Maybe UK, maybe not. But they are over there. They're not here in the States. They're not in Russia or Ukraine or Belarus, which is where I was primarily focusing on because, the detail of my work. No, they were over in a Western country, NATO country, but not here in the States. I was informed that this influence operator, whatever he calls himself, M15, I heard something about or he mentioned something about MI15. I don't know, did not research it, but he said that he did not like the work that I'm putting out in regards to the UK and everything that I have spoken on in regards to the UK. He finds despicable, and that people who have commented and supported my work, who feel a certain type of way about their government, are just as bad. Now, this person went on to say that he works undercover. He went on to say all this stuff, which I don't believe. I think he's probably a crazy loony bin who is off his rocker. That's why I had it checked, because I don't need that right next door to me. But he supports the Fabian, this is the word and term he used, Fabian boys, he said. Seems like I heard about these individuals before, but I never did do research on them. But I think that we were talking about Masons here in the United States, Freemasons, and how the Fabian boys, or Fabian, however you pronounce it, is similar to something you guys have over in the UK. He said something about how I was pretty much, I don't want to get into too much, but just that the Labor Party is going to win again. He had inside information about that, which is BS, I'm sure. He said that if the Labor Party doesn't win, even if Keir Starmer is pushed out, there will be someone else from that same Labor Party. Sorry, I get headaches thinking about this guy. He also talked about the war in Russia, Ukraine, cussed me out over that, called me an orc, whatever. But he said that he knew who these dark elites were. He said that some of them are spiritual and some of them are not spiritual. Some are in the living, in the flesh, of course. They have to be able to work and do their thing behind the scenes, right? The shadow government, per se. This guy told me that there are dark spirits. There's a place over in London. I have no clue where because I've never been there. There's an open well, he said. This is why I'm coming on here and talking about it. Why not? There's a open well in London. It's old. It goes back centuries. Maybe I shouldn't say that. 1600s, 1700s. and there's a tunnel there, and these spiritual elites that work with the elites in the living go in and out of this tunnel. What the hell? And he says there's blackbirds and crows and stuff that I guess they fly around that area quite a bit, inhabit the area. Don't know, couldn't get much out of them. Just weird things. He said that the people who want the reform are the dark ones, pretty much. How can they be? And how in the hell can that be? What are you talking about? Anyways, I knew this person was off his rocker, dude. But I'm coming on, I'm sharing it because this is the type of shit I have to put up with. Which is one reason why I deterred away from United States politics, because I did US politics for a long time. And I feel like I have really not much to talk about at this point, but I am going to release something in regards to the collective West, all of it. But anyways, this is what I'm getting. I feel like this person who calls himself an influencer or influence operator, vice versa, does work for the darkness. He's not working for the elites. He's not that high up. Oh, he's a nobody, really. But he does work as a low-level entry shadow person over in Europe. He supports the one world government to some degree. He supports the digital ID. He supports who's in power. He supports the Fabian boys. I believe he supports anything dark. And he also supports, I don't care about this, but he did same-sex, marriage. That's not my business. I can't speak on what people do. I have friends that are both, that are very kind to me, so I can't talk smack about them. They're not married though. But this guy was talking about that too. So I'm telling you, darkness. The videos that I'm putting out, and I'm sure other readers are having the same issue, is really, really digging into the dark. And it's like waking up a nest of bats, and they start flying everywhere, even in the daylight, because they're woken. They can't rest. They don't want us to talk. So that's what happens when we dig into politics. Sometimes there's just weird people out there, man. Passing it on to my lovely UK, my Europeans, and even my American friends who are watching me. It's crazy, right? Should have been around when I was working on Joe Biden. Now that, my friends, was quite interesting.